Hey, good morning, everyone. Sorry for the background noise. There might be some cars here. I'm kind of near a road, just getting back onto the trail. So, ended up staying at the pavilion last night, and it was a nice stay. Ran into an old friend of mine that I hadn't seen in quite a while, named Tarzan. Really good catching up with him. I was able to run into town quickly this morning, do my resupply, grab some food. I also was able to dry out my clothes and add a new layer of permethrin onto it, so I'll be protected from the ticks. So far it's been a productive morning, and I am now getting back on trail. It's about 1:30 in the afternoon. I've got a big climb coming out of here, so it's not gonna be fun with all of my resupply. But I've only got about 75 miles to go until we are out of Pennsylvania. It is going to be the Delaware Water Gap, which is that next town. I do have enough food to make it all the way there, so I don't need to stop off before then, but it is going to be very rocky. Apparently there's a place called the Knife's Edge, which should be an interesting spot as well. But yeah, let's get after it. I'm gonna have to do maybe about 15 miles today. There's supposed to be a nice shelter that has some showers so that I can actually then go rinse off finally. So looking forward to that. So hopefully I can make that tonight. Snake's just right in the middle of the trail here. Hey, good morning, everyone. So yesterday I did about 16 miles. It was actually pretty impressive because I got out really late. Probably left at about 1 o'clock from town, from Port Clinton. So glad that I was able to make some mileage. Stayed at this shelter. That was a bit unique. I think it's maintained by the ATC, but it's basically a home or a gentleman lives there, a caretaker lives there. And so it actually had a solar shower and a flushable toilet near the shelter, or there at the shelter. So it's actually quite nice. I was able to actually shower off, which it had been about a week or so. So that was nice. I feel great now having been able to clean off a bit. But yeah, so today I'm gonna try to go about 18 miles. Should be passing over a thing called Knife's Edge, which that I've heard is pretty intense. All right, so just got over Knife's Edge, and that was pretty intense. It was definitely a fun little rock scramble, a little bit dangerous too, but great views all's up there. Got like 2 more miles until I get to camp, to the shelter tonight. It's been a good day overall. Feet have not been hurting that bad. These new stretches that I've been doing have been wonderful for my feet. Not having the flat foot issue, not a lot of pain in my ankle, definitely some uncomfortableness, and obviously my feet are sore at the end of the day, but much better situation. So very glad that hopefully I've got this under control and it continues to feel good. But yeah, I'm excited to get into camp, have some dinner, and go to bed. Good morning, everyone. So today I got a very late start on trail. Probably got on trail about 10 o'clock, and that was a combination of a couple things. One, the water near the shelter was like half a mile down, if not further. It took quite a while, almost an entire hour, to get down, filter my water, and then carry it back up, which that was zero fun. And also though, while I was sitting there having my breakfast, a gentleman showed up. His name was 2 miles per hour, and we had a really nice conversation. He is in his 70s. I believe he said 71, 72. He's out here hiking the AT. I always love chatting with folks like that, and always gives me a lot of motivation. It's always very surprising and really pretty cool that people are out here doing this sort of stuff at that age. I really hope that I am able to continue doing this sort of thing for into my 70s. So it gives me a lot of motivation. Very wise, and they've got a lot of great advice, just life advice overall. But today is very, very rocky. If you can't tell, I'm having to navigate my way around quite a few of these rocks. Plan is just to go about 15 miles, so it's not gonna be a big day. I've got 45 to go to get into the Delaware Water Gap. So I don't think I can do 22 days, so no reason in pushing. I'm just gonna do 3 15 to 18 probably mile days, and then call it a day and set up camp. There's also a little ski resort though that I should be passing through, which will be nice. Apparently they've got water, electricity, and a restaurant. So looking forward to actually having a decent lunch. The other issue we've been having here is that the water is very, very scarce around here. It is probably every 10 miles, and then once you do get to that 10-mile mark, it is a half mile or longer down off trail, which means almost over a full mile round trip to get the water. There have been some places that, like restaurants or houses and stuff, with water spigots that you're able to actually get some normal water, which is a good thing too, because apparently the water sources in this area, there's an old zinc mine that has contaminated some of the water, and there's high elevated levels of zinc, and heavy metals like that are not healthy for you to be consuming. So trying to limit as much as I can the spring water that I've been drinking, and instead trying to drink from the water spigots, the city water. So it's been interesting. My friends, I think, are getting into Delaware Water Gap today, so I am still about 1.5 to 2 days behind. I'm not sure if they're planning how much time they're planning to stay in town, but hopefully they'll do a 0, give me a little bit more time to catch up, and I will be able to meet up with them in the next few days. All right, so this is the trail. This is legit rock climbing. All right. It is brutally hot, and this whole area is completely exposed. I picked the wrong day to hike up here. Shout out to Miss Janet though. She's a kind of a famous trail angel. She was down at the bottom of this gap and she gave me a nice cold, ice cold Gatorade. So she had some other little treats and snacks for us too. It's been a while since I got some trail magic, so this is really nice. I also want to do a non-shout out to a wasp that stung the back of my calf for no reason. I was just hiking and all of a sudden I started feeling a sting, and I looked down and there's a wasp that's been attacking me. So yeah, the guy was a jerk. All right, so today has been very, very rough. A lot of exposed part of the trail, and it's extremely hot, so it just zaps my energy away. I think I've only done 12 miles today. I still got 3 more to go. There is a restaurant in about 2 miles, which I'm very excited to get to. But yeah, boy, this has been rough. A lot of rock scrambling too, so it's been a very slow day of hiking because of that. I'm ready to just be done, to be honest. I'm glad I didn't try to push these extra miles or try to make it a big day, because I had a feeling that these rocks were just going to be miserable. My feet still feeling all right. The toes though, pinky toes, are a little cramped there. I wish that I had leukotape or something that I could kind of wrap them up, but fortunately I do not. Also, my trekking pole broke. The end knob of it just popped off, and I don't know where it's at, which is disappointing. This is now my second pair of trekking poles that I've gone through on this trail so far. So we'll be having to pick up a new one in Delaware Water Gap coming up. So yeah, it is what it is. It's been a rough day. I'm ready to be done. All right, well, I'm feeling much better after having dinner at the restaurant here, the ski resort. I'm gonna get back on trail. They seem to have plenty of dispersed camping around this area, so I'm just gonna hike out a little ways. First place I see, I'm gonna set up camp. So yeah, still pretty tired, pretty exhausted today. It was a tough one. It happens. Sometimes you just don't got the energy that you normally have. Heat really just took it out from me, so hopefully I'll get a good night's sleep. Wake up in the morning, feel much better, crank out those miles. Still want to try to get to Delaware Water Gap. I guess it's probably going to take more than by tomorrow. I think it's going to take the following day before I actually get there, but that's all right. I got plenty of food and whatnot. But yeah. Hey, good morning, everyone. So I am at a stealth site right now. I went and had dinner at the restaurant and hiked out maybe a quarter mile or so and found a nice little spot, flat spot that I was able to set up camp. I was absolutely exhausted. I don't think I've ever been that tired on trail. Was not feeling good, but you know, good night's sleep and now I'm feeling great. So yeah, it's quite amazing what some rest will do to you. But yeah, today should only be about 14.5-ish miles. I'm going to go over to Wind Gap. There is a small town in that area, just about half mile off trail. There's some restaurants that are very hiker friendly, so I'm excited to have another nice dinner here tonight. Anything to eat, something that is not trail food is always a-okay in my book. But yeah, it should be hopefully a nice cruisy day. There's actually no elevation gain almost at all, but I assume it's going to be very rocky as always. So one of the things, especially after having noro, that I've been concerned about has been that my weight is continuing to lower. I can tell, and I've been getting comments from other people on the trail how much they can see how thin on that I've been getting. So really hoping again that this will kind of stabilize, either that or, I don't know, I still consider maybe having to take some time off trail for a few days at least and just gorge myself, try to get some of my weight back up. I mean, I guess there's ways to, I feel like I'm eating as much as I can while I'm on trail. I guess I could start increasing my snacks throughout the day, you know, putting more olive oil or something into my meals at dinner time, and you know, maybe even you know, instead of for lunch, a lot of times I just have, you know, peanut butter or some cheese or something. Maybe for lunch have more of a proper meal there so I can get my weight up, because I have noticed that I seem to have less energy later in the day than what I have had in the past. Now, sounds kind of gross, but one of the things that people will mention about once you lose too much fat, then your body starts burning your muscle, and you will actually begin smelling ammonia, like an ammonia smell. I don't believe that I smell like that yet. I haven't really smelled anything like that. No one's mentioned that to me. So I don't believe that I'm necessarily burning muscle quite yet, but I feel like I'm getting close to that point. I mean, I'm getting pretty thin. You know, bones aren't showing or anything like that, but yeah, it's been a bit of a concern that's been in the back of my mind. So do what I can whenever I'm in town to get a proper meal. I've been taking vitamins. I may even start taking some protein shakes or some weight gain shakes. So I shall see about that. But yeah, just something I've been thinking about. Appears to be a copperhead. Almost stepped right on him. Ooh, that was a little scary.